This is The Feed with Amber Mack and Michael B. on Canada Talks, Sirius XM 167. Fantastic.
Welcome to The Feed with Amber Mack and Michael B. One of our favorite segments on the show is always Apptastic. And knowing over the past year, we've had so many conversations about social media and how it is affecting the health of the next generation and really all of us. We are excited about our next guest from Supernova. We are joined now by Dominic O'Mara, who is the CEO of the company. Hello, Dominic.
Hello, good morning, Amber. Hello.
Thanks for being here. So let's get started with Supernova. What is this app all about?
Well, Supernova is the social network that gives back, and we exist to provide a kind, inclusive, and fun experience for users of social media. And we donate advertising revenue to charities and good causes in line with our users' choosing. And we also provide 24/7 human moderation to ensure that there's a safe and fun experience for our community.
This is definitely something I think everybody needs, not just young people. But how specifically do you go about doing this? Because obviously, when it comes to communicating online, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of problems regulating, and monitoring all of this. How do you go about specifically ensuring that this platform is safe, secure, and a healthy space?
Well, I mean, we have human moderation. We have human eye. We have, we do have machine learning as well, but we prioritize the human eye over AI. And we have a 24/7 team, of young people that we've trained and that we're training up through the company. They're largely computer science graduates and undergraduates, and they will come up through the company knowing, having an empathy and an understanding, for the community. So it's about having the right people in the right place and training them. And I think it's about also, your intent on day one. I mean, we have gone out, we're setting out to create an environment that is safe and where, people can use social media in a way that's positive and has a positive outcome. And when you go onto Supernova and you know that the time that you spend on our platform networking is actually going to have an outcome that helps good causes, that helps charities, that helps the world, then that rather conditions, the attitude that you bring, to your use of Supernova on every day. But it's a very complex thing. I mean, it's not like it's just one thing or another. It's not just about having lots of human moderators weeding out haters. It's about creating an environment where, in the first place, from the get-go, you do not feel inclined to go on Supernova, and get all the anger and bile out of your system like it's a punch bag. Because it's an environment that becalms you and that motivates you just to come in and feel good, and share a good feeling. That's what we do. And we have the whole way in which the app works, sets out to do that. Because, as I say, we give advertising revenue to charities and good causes. And the way that happens is if you post on Supernova and someone likes your post, that's like a vote for the cause that you're supporting. So let's take this post here from somebody that's on our network. And this person is supporting animal welfare. And I know that because, if I click on the little symbol that's on his icon here, on his profile, you can see that it's animal welfare that he's supporting. So whenever anybody likes his post, that is like a vote for his supported cause. And if we go to animal welfare, we'll see that it's gotten 12% of all the votes on the network at the moment, which means it's got 12% of our action fund. So it works, pretty simply like that. And the company's called Supernova. And if I really, really like his post or anybody's post, then I can give it a Supernova. And I'll give it a Supernova now. I press the little Supernova button here. And boom, there we go. That delivers a Supernova. Now that's worth 10 times a regular like. So that he's now just gotten 10 votes, if you like, for his cause, animal welfare. Now to give that Supernova, I had to earn karma points. which accumulated across the top of my app. And eventually I had a little symbol down here, if you notice, that I deployed. So through earning karma points, and that's through being kind, inclusive, and just generally behaving in a good and positive way, I was able in the end to give that supernova. So it felt good to give the supernova. And to get there, I had to behave in an inclusive, kind, non-toxic sort of a way. And I earned karma points over that time. Conversely, if I had behaved in a way that was, antagonistic, or that caused our moderators to call me out or to block me, I would have lost karma points. So it's a complexity of things that we pull together to motivate and reward people to behave in a way that's just pleasant, and that's positive.
It seems like such a shocking thing to say, but going into 2022, we certainly need some of that. I think I know the answer to this question, but who is your core audience for Supernova?
Well, I mean, our core audience and our core sort of like, we're looking really at what are termed, Gen Zs, and probably first and second tier millennials, really. That sort of age group is the broad concept for it. They're the highest consumers of social media. They're the classes, they're the groups, or the demographic that I think is probably, in many ways, most urgent need anyway, of an area or a space that is positive. And they've signaled repeatedly that they actually support more altruistic concepts. Deloitte tell us, for example, in a survey that 80% of millennials only want to buy from brands who put others' interest first on the agenda. So, I mean, we're one of those. So we would appeal to them naturally. They're very heavy consumers of social media. And as I say, if we look at some statistics, it's very troubling what's happening to the age group, to the mental health, particularly of the younger body of that Gen Z age group who've grown up with social media, and I think need somewhere where, things are kept in order a little bit. I think the social networks, it's not unlike hosting a party in some ways, if you strip it back to a simplest thing. And if you have a party, that's a bit rowdy, where people are throwing beer around and there's a mosh pit and everybody's just going nuts, you're not likely to find too many people in there debating the finer points of 18th century French politics. And on the other hand, if you have a party that's a quiet dinner party, if somebody gets up and starts throwing wine around and is rude to the guests, they're going to be pretty unpopular. And I think in the same way, the owners of a social platform like this, need to set the tone. They need to be responsible for, setting the kind of behavioral codes that the community then come to adopt and come to live by. And I think if you do that from the beginning, and if you grow in a careful and measured way, which we're going to, then I think you should be able to introduce a kind, positive social environment, and that's what we're doing.
Very cool. Well, listen, we want to thank you so much for joining us today on the feed, and we also want to encourage everybody to check out Supernova at go-supernova.com. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited to follow your journey in 2022.
Great. Look forward to keeping you in touch, and have a great day, and happy Christmas to everyone. Thank you very much indeed.